popular vote, but you never saw anyone have the audacity to really sit down and grade him like he was a pupil or a student sitting at a chair. And that sort of emasculation, I do think, has something to do with people's lingering racial attitudes and difficulties with dealing with Barack Obama, and just not liking him in general. It's just my own view. But I think one of the things about Bill O'Reilly that's very critical, and I think is important when we look at the other sort of right-wing assessments, is and if you all remember this, what did I say before about Bill O'Reilly and his assessments of Obama in the first 100 days? What?
He likes him as a person, but he may not like some of his policy decisions, which is what he said basically there. He's like, yeah, he's got good leadership ability. I really don't like all the liberals he's putting in charge, but at least he's doing something.
There you go. More than probably any other conservative commentator out there, Bill O'Reilly seems to legitimately temper his assessments of the president. Okay? He seems to be willing to hold back from the personal venom and dread that you see from a lot of people out there. Okay? Which is significant. I mean, you know, a lot of people, they couldn't hold back the way they talked about George Bush. If they hated George Bush personally, they thought he was stupid, they thought he was an immoral guy, et cetera, and it clouded everything that they said. And I think Bill O'Reilly in general has a fair assessment of Obama as a person and really does spend most of his time criticizing Barack Obama on policy. Now, I will say this about his assessments, because we're going to see some right and left ones from that evening. Number one, he's completely off base in his assessment of the economy. And why? In large part because I said no one can really make an assessment one way or another as to what the president can do with the economy. If you happen to be, you know, driving the car at the time, you can take credit, and, you know, there's not really much you can do about it. So I think he was a little off on that. I also think that it is a matter of perception as to whether or not Obama has been on an apology tour. Okay? And that's something that you're going to hear a lot from the right. That he went around the world and he tried to apologize for things. And again, comparatively speaking, if we look at the biggest foreign policy issues that have been dealt with in Obama's first 100 days, there are three. And you could say these are mistakes or not mistakes. I'll let you call swine flu.